So, as I'm sure many of you can tell, I've just come back in from work again, milking 500 dairy cows. And I was thinking a lot about this in the parlour, a lot about this in the milking parlour, this question of Andrew Tate and of modern masculinity and what's happened to men and what the future is going to be like for young men listening to dickheads like this. And yeah, so I milk 500 dairy cows twice a day. I milk 12 days on, 2 days off. That's my job. That's my life at the moment. Um, that process of doing that feeds about 10,000 people because it's high yielding Holstein cows, um, each yielding about 20 litres or so per cow. So, yeah, well, I did a rough calculation in my head. I think it feeds about 10,000 people, all things considered, in terms of the amount. It might be more than that, it might be slightly less than that. In any case, my work contributes to the feeding of thousands of people. That's what I do, and I'm proud of that fact. And I think I have a right to be proud of that fact. This is, essential work that needs to be done. Um, there's no viable alternative to dairy farming currently, as we understand it. And yeah, like I earn a lot less money than Andrew Tate, doing something harder than what he does, doing something more important than what he does. And I think that the big problem in society with young men and toxic masculinity, and Andrew Tate is just the acme, I think, of toxic masculinity and the exact wrong thing to aim for in life if you're a man and a young man in particular. Don't aim to be like that scrounging dickhead. That's all he is. It's nothing more than that. Like, I've looked into Andrew Tate a little bit, and I knew very little about this guy until the sex scandals sort of emerged recently, which I think was, well, like a foregone conclusion possibly. Like, it kind of makes sense that he'd get himself embroiled in that sort of stupid shit, isn't it? Whatever went on there, I have no idea. I'm not really going to talk about that. I'm just going to talk about what the facts that we know about Andrew Tate. So how's he made his money? He was a kickboxer for a while. There's not a lot of money in that, particularly not in the United Kingdom, so I doubt his millions have come from there. Then he was on Big Brother for a bit, then he got kicked out for smacking a girl with a belt, consensually, apparently it was. And then he's made his money online, like selling dating advice to boys, basically, like young boys, teenage boys who can't get laid and all this sort of thing. I'm going to go to Andrew Tate's Wikipedia page because I just need reminding of what his website was called. He was selling his $50 like, typical fucking get rich quick scheme shit, and a dating guide, was it? Something like that. Yeah, Tate's website offers training courses on accumulating wealth and male-female interactions. According to the website, he also operates a webcam studio. Yeah, what's it called again? I must know. I can't. It's something. It's something. Oh yeah, Hustlers University. Oh God, what a prize tool bag. Well, this is, by the way, the opposite of everything that genuine masculinity should be about. Is everything contrary to what virtue ethics teaches. He's a scumbag. Andrew Tate is like, for what he does, for the way that he's gotten rich, he's a scumbag for doing this. Like the market for young men wanting to get laid, like that will never go away. Sex sells. You can always sell sex. He sells cam girls. He sells dating fucking guides. $50 a pop. Yeah, this is not hard stuff at all. Like, how do you sell a dating guide? I couldn't write a dating guide on a page of A4, and it would be better than the fucking dating guide. And I'm going to charge more money for it. And no, I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stoop to that shit. But I mean, no, yeah, like my dating guide would include this. Like, as a man, you have to have the confidence to talk to 100 women. This is how you really get laid. Talk to 100 women. Just try your best to get laid with them. You'll get laid with one of them. That is true for, I'm tempted to say, all men. But any man, that is the truth. Yeah, but 99.99% of men I would work for. As for how to get rich, very simple. How else do you think you should get rich? Write a guide about how to get rich and sell it. I think you fucking laugh. But like some people in like I do what I do because I consider it important. I consider it vital. I I know it's essential work. Someone's got to do it. Not enough people want to be farmers. Not enough people are willing to get their hands dirty on a dairy farm or do anything like that. And you can just tell by looking at this like smug, preening dickhead, Andrew Tate, that he's never done a hard day's work in his life. Not really. He may have worked out hard when he was a kickboxer or whatever, but like this is pretentious, preening, namby-pamby, pseudo masculinity. It's not really masculinity. What this is male vanity. It's chauvinistic vanity. That's what Andrew Tate represents in my mind, anyway. If you're not willing like to work hard in a hard like manly job, like being a farmer or a builder or a fisherman or something, that contributes really what we need in the world. And like if you're gonna get rich, you better get rich doing something of high value, and you better get rich and be loved, I think, somehow. And something like I want to be a comedian as well, a comedian, a writer. I've been trying to do that for years. I'm tempted to say I'm tempted to say I don't deserve as much money if I were a Ricky Gervais level comedian than I do if I'm a farm worker. I think there needs to be a drastic reappraisal of value in society, and I think we need to orient the way in which we construct notions of value more around things that are more important than being a media personality, and frankly more important than being a comedian. And being these sorts of people, and like we have this culture of celebrity still that is the real toxic element in society. Like masculinity is still a fine and great thing in a great many ways, and there are still people who are out there doing hard work day in day out to feed, clothe, shelter everyone, and to keep the world like as it is, if not improve the world. But yeah, there's a very, very poor way in which we distribute resources according to how we determine and delineate value. I think it's and Andrew Tate really is just a symptom of this. He's a symptom of online celebrity culture. He's a symptom of real world Big Brother celebrity or reality TV culture. And he's someone like who really should just be ignored as a human being rather than given any level of celebrity or esteem or acclaim. And I don't know if there's anything like much worse about that. What he represents, like this is the parasite element of society. He's parasitic on the world. I feed 10,000 people every day. I get going with that knowledge in my head. I contributed something. I keep people alive with my work. Andrew Tate, on the other hand, is like feeds 0 people, houses 0 people, probably shows 0 young men in reality how to get laid. Probably has helped 0 people on the path to riches. He is like just is worm-like creature sucking money out of society, sucking money out of the system. A parasite. That's what my verdict on Andrew Tate is. Not a real man, a sort of like a perverse teenage boy trapped in a man's body. Like this notion, like this preening, vain, like clean up type of masculinity. I can't stand it. Men should be dirty. Men should be dirty and smelly. And covered in oil and things. Well, we should. So that's like, this is my, when I think of a man, I've got like an image in my mind of, sort of like, like a flat cap on, bearded, nice big gut on him, sort of shabby, like, greasy hands from fixing an engine or some shit. Like, that's a man. Like, what do you have to do to be a man? Like, but they got all these people, like these toxic male types. Like, they got very good bodies. A lot of them, they got big enough muscles. It seems. I don't believe for a second that they work out at all. Like, in their jobs, though, I don't believe they do anything physically demanding with their lives. But it's just, I don't. Yeah. Oh God. I could go on. I fucking hate it. I hate all of it. I've had to grow up as well. Trying to conform to this ideal, and being one of these people is like, oh, this is society's ideal. These are all the things you should be. You should be good looking and in shape and amazing with women and so on and all this crap. Well, we should be all those things. We should be in shape. Yes, we should be. But it's the image that is presented. It's just the wrong image. People trying to do all these things that we should be. We should be in shape, yes. We should be charming and sweet and lovely to women and kind to them. And, be a gentleman. And truly embody all those well, not chivalric quite, but embody all that, all the de rigueur behaviour and attributes of a gentleman. I think you should be around women, and have respect for them. Is basically what that amounts to. To be virtuous, noble, dignified, all these sorts of things. Really, all that should come before anything like physical fitness, though, and those are internal qualities, more like dignity and nobility. But it's all back to front. No, we need to place virtue ethics back in the education system, I think, for men and women, but I think for young men in particular, I think it's just because of the influence of testosterone that makes us far more wily and far more likely to fuck up in all sorts of ways and fuck other people over. But we need a reframing of our value system in society and the way we structure and orientate ourselves towards value and what we consider to be really valuable. Because unfortunately, we've lost track of like what real value, and like this Andrew Tate character is everything, epitomizes everything wrong with celebrity culture, with that sort of desire, or desires that are orientated towards glitz and glamour and stardom and fame, which I do want as well. I looked at the life of a stand-up comic, and I thought that looks like incredibly good fun, and I would love that sort of life. But I recognise also that what I do here on this farm, this is something of huge importance as well, and incredibly fundamentally valuable. I'm reminded of the old leprechaun story. Is it at the end of the rainbow there's the pot of gold? It's like, there's no gold for you here, boy. It's only the gold that you brought with you in your heart, my lad. And what's the moral of that story? Like, the real gold is in the fields, right? It's the wheat and the barley and everything else. That's the really important stuff. That it provides nourishment for people. It's life-giving in its character. It doesn't detract from society. No. Vanity, greed, ostentatiousness. I feel more like a success now, and I've got cow shit on my hoodie, and I live in a caravan, than that up-jump money rat does in his fucking mansion. And I'm happier, I think, and I think my reputation hasn't suffered quite as badly as his has in recent years. So for him, if he's watching it, which he